welcome back. This is episode 162 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where Yuzo and I are trying out Demon Souls. All right, so here we go.
So they say the game's hard, but it's not really that bad. So you can go kill the dragon right now and check it out.
The dragon?
Yeah, dragon. Just
dragon.
It's fine.
All right. Here we go. Well, fuck! One hit, and now I'm back at the beginning of the level.
Dude, it's not that bad, man. Look, you get all your experience back. Just, when you go to that box over there, you can get experience, you can get some fat loot to make it easier next time.
Okay.
See a sparkly one in the corner?
All right, don't fuck with me, though. There we go, box. What the fuck? The box just blew up and killed me. I'm back at the beginning of the level again. What? I'm done with this game, dude.
Dude, come on, don't be like that, man. You gotta give it a try. The game is, you gotta learn. Okay, so maybe you need some help. I think you need some help, right? Yeah. So there's a puppy right over, if you go to the left. It's a puppy. It's a pet, but it's kind of badass. So it'll totally kick ass and kill the dragon and everything.
Okay, all right, it's cool. It's like
you gotta go pet it though.
It's like my dog.
Yeah.
I'll go over. Okay. Here, little puppy. Here, puppy. Oh, come! Demon dog bit my fucking head off, and I'm dead. I'm back at the beginning of the level. Fuck this shit. I'm Tobin Kozire.
Dude, you are such a pussy. That was a tutorial. All right, I am Yuzo Watanabe. This week we are covering Brutal Legend, A Boy and His Blob, Demon Souls. Of course, Half Minute Hero, and Beaterator.
Yes. Our new releases include Borderlands, LostWinds, Winter of Melodias, Trine, and Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, now on PSP. But let's get started with Brutal Legend. Brutal Legend.
I gotta do that one.
Decapitation!
So Brutal Legend, we're super excited about this game, man. It's just like, look, it's Tim Schafer coming off of Psychonauts, the success of Psychonauts, more or less.
6 years ago.
6 years ago. So he's been spending a lot of time working on some stuff.
Yes.
And so Brutal Legend, my understanding, it started out as a multiplayer game.
Okay.
Right? So they were like, okay, we're going to make a multiplayer game. It's all based off this weird RTS concept and all that. But they're like, no, we're going to make it a little different. We're going to make it something else.
We're going to try and make it into something else, maybe like a hack and slash, maybe a
open
racing
world,
game, open world.
Maybe shooting game. There's some. There's some.
So they kind of
stuff.
pulled back from their original concept and decided to make Brutal Legend, which was, most of you guys have probably played the demo by now.
Yeah, the demo was fucking awesome. It was
super sweet.
It was really good. When I played it, I was so excited because it was so funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of action, a lot of different things going on, and then I got the game.
So what happens is you get into the game, and the game is just like the demo. So you start off, you play the levels that you played through the demo, you go and you're doing the fighting. The first, I would say, 2 hours of the game is hilarious.
Really well done.
Just like pee your pants funny.
Yeah, the script is great. Even I don't even like Jack Black that much, but what he was doing in this was perfect.
Yeah.
He was a perfect choice for this.
I love Jack Black. So then you're going through, and what happens is, you're doing all the hack and slash, and then you get out into the open world, and you're like, fuck yeah. You start exploring in your car, and you can find these chained dragons, and then you play your power note, and they explode, and you get to hear the history of the world, and it's funny.
And you go play these various songs at various relics, and you can open up different places. Then you go talk to Ozzy Osbourne to upgrade your car.
Yeah.
All sorts of skills.
Kicks total ass.
Starts great.
Yes.
Starts awesome. What happened?
It turns into an RTS!
But the RTS is not really an RTS. It's kind of an RTS.
It is totally an RTS.
But you can go down. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So in the middle of the game, you start out, you get some stage battles.
Right.
And you have all these fans, which are your resources.
Yeah.
And then you can basically summon archers, which are basically Farrah Fawcett with a guitar.
Yeah, big hair.
Healers.
Yeah.
What are the healers? It's Lemmy from Motorhead, right?
Right. And then the headbangers.
Yep.
And then the vehicle. Oh yeah, in the car, the healer.
And you get all these different units which you have to use fans to summon to go fight.
So let me explain this to you, and you tell me that this isn't an RTS.
All right, sure.
You are watching a battlefield, at which point you gather resources in order to build units, and then you direct the units to kill other units.
But there's a difference. You, as the commanding officer, can then go down into it, and then it turns into a hack and slash.
Almost like a hero from Warcraft 3.
But you're in control! You're not... no,
yes.
Okay, so obviously you're not buying it.
So it is an interactive RTS. Like, you can go down and hack and slash.
So you didn't like it?
So... I've gone back and forth in my head, because we'll think about what to say on the show before we come out and do the show.
Sure.
And You know, I kept going back and playing more because I was so excited about this game and everything. But I mean, like, I'm going to straight out say this. I hate the RTS elements. I don't think they're fun.
Really?
I hate them.
See, I did not find it as bothersome because for the most part, they weren't that long. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you had a different task. You start getting you start doing them many times.
Right.
But for the most part, they weren't that long, whatever. It was like, okay, I can kind of see they're doing something a little interesting for the most part, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what bugged me about the fucking game?
What's that?
It stopped being funny. Like, you're playing and you're getting a joke, like 3 jokes a minute. It's just going crazy. All of a sudden, you go into the open world, his character changes. His character's not like, I'm in this new world, I'm going to make a whole bunch of jokes. It's going to be like, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, basically kiss the maiden. I'm going to go do all this other stuff. And his lines aren't even that funny anymore.
Yeah, they do get less funny. So, I mean, the writing, like
he left.
Yeah, and they basically start to try and make it more like a serious story. They start kind of bringing in these, like, dramatic elements.
Yep.
All of which might be kind of okay, but it's not what we signed on for. No. And that's the kind of big thing for me is I feel like the demo that we played isn't the game we bought.
No, not at all.
And
not at all.
Maybe for people who like RTSs, the RTS element of this was okay.
It's a common complaint on the internet right now.
Yeah.
It was so mad where people were going like, the RTS sucks, where Tim Schafer actually had to write a blog post on how to play the RTS because people were having trouble with it.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't think it was because it was too hard. I think it was just not that much fun.
Right. And and that was my big problem with it is exactly what you said. It was just like, it was one of these things where I wasn't, like eventually you're going to beat it. The souls keep coming out of the ground, you summon more dudes, whatever. But every second I was playing it, I was just like, fuck this. I'm not enjoying this. I'm just, bringing in more characters, directing them to different places, but it's just like, you compare this to Tim Schafer's other games. You compare it to Psychonauts. You compare it to, the
Monkey Island.
I'm trying to think of the Manny Calavera.
Oh, yeah, which
Damn it! It's like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I know. Grim Fandango.
Grim Fandango.
Yes. Oh, people just like, Grim
I know. They're just like,
Fandango!
it's hard to do a live show.
Yes,
But you compare it to those things, and it's like, what do they have? They have comedy all the way through. They have amazing puzzles. No puzzles in Brutal Legend.
No, there's nothing puzzle-ish about it. It's basically a collectathon, right? You have to find all the different jumps. You have to find all the different things. And that's the other thing that bothered me about this game, was that once you got into the open world, it's almost like they didn't have enough people to fill it.
Yeah.
Basically. Because you look at all the problems we had against Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Oh, only 5 different types of things.
Right.
Right? Besides the story missions, how many different variety of things do you have?
There's like 3.
Like you have you have an ambush. So you go to somebody, you talk to them, and you go
fight a bunch of dudes.
Over and over and
you
over
have a
again.
delivery. Where it's just like deliver beer, deliver whatever.
Very similar to the race.
Yes.
You're basically in a car, you go from point A to point B.
Right.
And then you also have the one where you're in a car on top of a thing and you're shooting.
Yeah.
Right? It's like over and over again. Yeah. It was just like, it's so obnoxious.
It is. I mean, it hurts me to say these things. Like, and it's one of these things where it's like people on the internet are just like, oh, it's an Uncharted game. Oh, it's Brutal Legend. It's Tim Schafer, whatever. Like, we can predict what you guys are going to say. You guys are going to people start to think that they know what we're going to say about all these games, but it's not true. Like, I would have given my left toe to give this a huge enthusiastic, this is the best game of the year, blah, blah, blah. But
and based off of all the games that he's written so far that has not been very successful, monetary and all, you want him to really knock one out of the park.
Right.
And you know what I think is going to happen? This game is actually going to sell because of all the marketing that they do.
Do you think?
Well, more than Psychonauts.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you compare it to Psychonauts, it's going to sell more than that, no question, for the most part, right? So you look at that, he's going to make it, and just like, dude, take all that money.
Make a better game.
Come on. That you are in charge of writing.
Yeah.
I think he was basically hands-on probably for the intro part.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'm really busy. I got to do some other stuff. Handle all these other things. And basically.
Like the marketing
or whatever. Yeah. But I don't think he was involved in the script writing or any of the cutscene stuff because it's not funny.
His touch doesn't seem to be there. Yeah. Because if you watch the intro video with the rockers falling off the stage, if you watch a lot of the first. All the demo stuff that we got to play, that is pure Tim Schafer. It is hilarious. It is kind of counterculture, really needling a lot of people, for what modern rock sucks, all these other things. And I was just dying the whole way through. I was Adrian was sitting there watching beside me, and we're giggling, laughing, whatever. And then, 2 or 3 hours in, I'm just dying and playing the RTS and just God damn it, Adrian's like knitting, right? She's not watching anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can kind of see the attention. Like, she was watching Wrapped, I was dying, and then now I'm just working my way through this shit.
Well, like, you just go through this, just like, oh, yeah, another ambush. Oh, let me go over here. Oh, another ambush.
Yeah.
Oh, another ambush. And it's just like, seriously?
Yeah. Let me just try and build up some more buying stuff
Yeah,
in my car.
I guess I was just driving around, like, I guess I'll drive around and just look for all the dragons. And that got boring after about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I feel bad because I think they put a lot of time and effort into the world. They did design the world, the open world. I mean, you look at all the different artifacts and all the statues, the production design, right?
I mean, we can't be like overly negative about this, because if you go back and look, they've built a world with a lot of character, right? They've they've gotten a lot of really good voice acting, a lot of really good style. They've got all these ideas about collecting these elements of evil and using them to heal people and blah, blah. I mean, like, there was somewhere on a whiteboard a sketch for a good game, like a really elaborate world, a lot of very funny stuff. Things are there that are good,
and that's all we see.
A lot of work went into that.
It's a sketch at this point, right?
Yeah.
They put a lot of time and polish, I'm sure, but that polish of the gameplay elements and all those stuff just to make it kind of workable. But they didn't put the polish of the magic.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? The magic isn't there.
Because that's the thing with Tim Schafer games; they don't have to be $11 billion,
not at all.
Uncharted 2, polished all hell, because usually what carries it through is the magic of the characters, like the look in their eyes, the words that they say,
dialogue.
The dialogue. I mean, Psychonauts did not jump off the screen as like the best looking game of all time.
No, not at all. And the thing is, what's awesome, like, it started out with a bang, and then it kept it sustained all the way through. Like, when you get to the Milkman level, you're like, oh my God! They have, for the past 20 hours, they have entertained me to such a high degree.
Yeah, and then you go from that to the world that's like done a blacklight painting of like Spanish paintings. I mean, you go back and look through this stuff, and it's like Psychonauts was good every minute. Yeah, every minute. There was never a part that was bad.
And here is seriously the drop off is like awesome, poof, and then it sucks all the way through. So yeah, which is
I can't believe we're saying this about Brutal Legend. It's such a disappointment. It is such a disappointment. Like, it feels like, and I feel bad because it's one of these things where I looked at some gaming sites. I don't usually do that for games, but I was just curious, and a lot of people are giving it high numbers.
Really?
Yes. So what I'm thinking is, I think there's a lot of people like us that are just like, we love Tim Schafer, we want people to buy his games so he'll make more stuff. I'm just gonna like.
I don't want him to make more games if they're going to be like Brutal Legend.
No, I don't either.
I mean, seriously, I feel bad saying it, but here at NooBTooB, we're like, what have you done for me lately?
It's true.
And like, when you have a bad string, you're like, dude, Tim, like, you better bring it next. You better bring it next game.
Right.
I mean, you have to.
We'll go back and forth and say all of the games that we loved that he made in the past. Psychonauts is not diminished by Brutal Legend.
No,
but this is not a good game.
No. And it's sad.
It's really sad.
And especially compared to Uncharted, it's just like, you look, they both came out the same day. It's just like, dude, play Uncharted. Yeah. This is the game that you should be playing.
It's true.
I feel so bad. I feel like I've
betrayed one of our childhood heroes.
I know, but oh well. That is what it is.
Can you believe we're doing this, dude?
Yeah, and I'm not even saying renting it.
It's just not very good.
And apparently, people even say the multiplayer kind of is not that great.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, the multiplayer is the RTS.
Yeah,
the RTS is my least favorite part of the game. Like, some of the other things, at least, are somewhat enjoyable to me. Like, the racing is kind of fun, the hack and slash is kind of fun, the exploring is kind of fun. But the root of the game, as the game progresses, becomes more and more the RTS. I mean, like, that is the heart and soul of this game. Like, you're building up. You're doing side missions to better weapons to do the RTS. You're doing everything to do the RTS.
To get other units, to get other, basically it is all that.
RTS blows my ass. It's not fun.
But not only that, all the different elements that you do, all of the hack and slash, there's no depth.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. So it's just like, you're not going to get that much interest. It was probably interesting for about 2 hours. So if you feel a rental's worth that, go for it. But
I mean, the problem is the comedy that you would get from renting this game, you can get from the demo.
I know. That's true. I mean, just get the demo for free, and then that's it. Don't play the real game. Just be like, I bet you this game is awesome, and just keep that memory in your mind.
This is breaking my heart, dude. We got to move on.
Okay.
Sorry. So next up, Boy and His Blob.
Boy and His Blob. We were really excited about this game, right? It's basically a remake.
Yeah, we make
of
reimagining.
A repeat.
Yes, a repeat. We do.
Of the old NES title, like classic NES title.
Ago.
Very hard too. I remember that being
really hard. So they've redone this game in a absolutely beautiful fashion. You just kind of start out. You're a kid. you hear something happen, and you go and you wake up and you go and find this blob in the woods, and boy, are you best friends real quick. It's just like story, fuck you. You know, it's like it's a Boy and His Blob.
Seriously, like the story. I was really like wondering, what is the story? The story of the boy. It's like, why is he living in a treehouse? Does he have parents? I don't know, but he befriends a blob because he's very lonely.
Unclear. Yes.
Yeah,
and of course, it's kind of like a sitcom, right? That it's like, yeah, of course, these 7 people live together in an apartment in Manhattan. Shut up.
Why not?
Yeah.
And
so basically,
starting
you go
puzzles
around,
right away.
Yeah, that's it. There's something absolutely insane, like 120 puzzle levels.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's just it's huge.
Well, I think it's set up into different zones, right? So that you start on the foresty zone, 4 worlds, and then after that you go to town. I haven't gotten past that yet, but each one, and not only that, I think every level is structured around a self-contained level. So there's nothing in between, which is one complaint I have. But everyone has 3 chests that you have to get. And what do you have to do to get the chest?
So the whole thing is you start the level and you have a fixed number of jelly beans that you can use. So the jelly beans will change your blob into different shapes. You can change them into a bowling ball. You can change them into a parachute, a ladder, trampoline. And every level you have a different set of jelly beans. And it's just basically a self-contained puzzle. And the whole goal is to... The primary goal is to make your way from point A to point B, to make it to the end of the level. Secondary goal is to find along the way these hidden treasure chests that can unlock challenge levels.
Yeah, so each one I think you have to get 3 per item in your treehouse.
Yeah, to get.
And then each time, once you finish 3, then you can basically open it and then do another level. And the challenge levels get really hard.
They get tough.
Because one of my complaints about the game, it starts out easy, which is standard, but it stays easy for a long time.
It does stay easy for a while.
And then it gets kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like it gets like when I got to the city level, I'm like, holy shit! Like I have to actually spend some time thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I would definitely have to say the pacing of this game isn't Nintendo quality. Do you know what I mean? Like
I can see that.
You generally say like, okay, I have a new item and I can know how to use it. It's like the Nyx quest, right?
Yeah.
They give you that sort of the standard progression of right when you're about to get a little bit bored.
Yeah.
They introduce something new, which I thought they didn't do a very good job on.
No, you're right. I mean, it doesn't have the polish of like a first party Nintendo game. Yeah. But on the other hand, like I actually really enjoyed the feel of the levels, like just the puzzle solving of them. Like you, I was playing through and I was like, this is a little bit too easy. And then when it started to ratchet up in difficulty, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is really fun.
It started getting interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's a while. Like it's
seriously like 40 minutes or something like that to me.
It's like 10, 15 levels before it starts to kind of jump up in difficulty, at which point I think it becomes really fun.
Yeah, and you were telling me, you were like, dude, just like try Boy and His Blob, it's really good. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And I was playing, I'm like, dude, are you serious? It's like, this is a kiddie platformer. Yeah. It's like totally geared toward 8 to 16-year-olds, basically. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's a bee here. Oh.
And the bee will grab the.
Yeah.
So if you throw a jelly bean, the bee grabs it and then eats it. So then it starts to get up to that point where there'll be monsters that'll kill you if you touch them. Yep. There'll be exploring levels where it actually requires some thought and
some timing too.
Some timing.
So I definitely like that. One other kind of minor complaint that I wish to have is like, look, like we've had these sort of games where you're going to be puzzle level, kind of like Braid. There's a couple of other ones, but. To me, I think Boy and a Blob would have done really better as a Metroidvania style game.
Where the whole thing is just a series of puzzles all in one world.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, you have beans which allow you to get to other areas.
Yeah.
But instead, they say, okay, every level you have a different set of beans. So you never get the joy of unlocking a new bean. You never get the joy of there's that element of gameplay which I was really missing, and I'm like. It feels like I'm playing a game from 5 to 10 years ago. Which is still well done, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. The puzzles do finally start getting interesting.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like I felt kind of a little let down.
Because it takes and that's what it comes back to what you're talking about a first party game where it
Nintendo
takes a
wouldn't
lot
have done
more
this.
skill to build one continuous level that you unlock things in progression as opposed to just say here's 3 beans. And here's this puzzle, because the cool thing about that, if you're a developer, is you can farm out these 120 levels to 120 dudes.
Oh, and that's totally probably what they did, right? They probably went to like Eastern Europe and said, oh, by the way, here's all the graphic.
We need 120 men or women to sit in these cubicles, and each one gets a level.
Here's your beans.
And
just come up with 7. Here's 3 chests. Figure it out.
Which is why I would say for me it's not a buy.
Exactly. That keeps it from the buy to me.
But I would say that it's a very I can very easily say go rent this game. Like I think it's really really fun, puzzly if you like what we're describing, which is just basically self-contained 5 to 10 minute puzzles.
Yeah, and
they're really neat. And the thing is like you, I'm maybe 30 or 40 levels in, and I'm really enjoying it. I've looked at some videos on the net, and shit gets crazy. Like you're really starting to do these things where the blob gets locked in cages, and you're doing these things with timing with cannons, and like.
So it gets really okay. So that's good to hear.
It keeps building. I mean, like it's not they don't just kind of like plateau. Like they really do keep introducing a lot of new elements.
I just hope it's not as uneven because again, like I was saying, like easy. Kind of hard, not like kind of medium, right? I don't know if they did a good job with that. It might be the fact that maybe they did farm it out. Who knows? But definitely solid rental. I, considering all the games that are coming out the next month, I'd probably wait a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally speaking, because you got Ratchet next week. So
yeah, we got Ratchet next week. What up?
So if and not only that, also the LostWinds, which we're going to be playing next week.
LostWinds, I'm excited about. I really like the first one a lot. I'm waiting for Nick's Quest 2.
Dude, it just came out with
I want another one!
Come on. Did you finish it?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Of course I did. I finished games.
Whatever.
Hey, I beat Uncharted 2 last night. How's Uncharted 2 coming?
I'm getting close.
Yeah.
How far have you gotten in Demon's Souls?
Let's talk about that, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about that game.
How convenient. So, so thumbs up rental. Demon's Souls. This game is hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. It's on the PS3. It's kind of an exclusive. Everybody's kind of excited about it. Let's just talk about the game first before we go too much.
Yes.
So it is a RPG, very kind of almost in the core
traditional RPG.
Yeah. Third-person perspective. So you're going. Actually, no, it's first-person perspective, isn't it?
Third.
I don't even know. Okay, yeah, it's third person.
Third.
So anyhow, so you're going around and you're basically hitting people, killing dragons, getting loot, getting experience, and all that.
Right.
So just standard stuff.
So you're in this world where you can, and it's per swing. It's not like you actually control the swing and the shield.
Yes.
And
it's not like WoW.
It's not like WoW. It's a very direct. You are in the action. You are deciding like I want to cast this spell, I want to switch to a wand and cast a fireball. I want to do like it's.
That's interesting because
it's
almost in between like WoW and God of War. It's just it straddles that line, right?
That's right. And I would say that for me, like so it's got all those RPG elements. It's very pretty.
Yes.
For me, the most striking element was the integration with online.
That is fucking badass.
I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
Okay, so you're playing. So let's describe a little bit, right?
Yes.
You're playing these various levels. You're going to the various things. And don't get me wrong, it is hard. This game is not an easy game. It's unfair. You will die a lot. But they did an online component, and the way I like to call it is like almost passively multiplayer.
Yes.
What instead's happening is you are playing, and then you'll see a little ghost run by doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is that?
The ghost is kind of weird. Those are people that are playing right now,
At
right?
the time, yeah.
So
doing stuff alongside you, but in a different parallel world.
Right. So they can run along. So on the box, I saw this thing where they said, invite
Yes.
other people to join you if one part gets too hard.
Yes.
I didn't see how to do that.
If you actually pass the first level, you get. We'll talk about that. But so after you finish kill the first boss of 1-1, you basically get 2 stones. You get actually no, I think you just get 1 stone. You get the blue stone.
Yeah.
Where basically you can walk in your level. You can just place the blue stone down. It places a marker.
Yeah.
And other people that are playing that same level can see that marker. They walk up to it and they pull you in to their game.
Okay, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is that you know how when you die, you have a body. You're normally in body mode. You have a lot of health. Everything's cool. That when you die, you go into soul mode, which you have half health.
Yes.
So it hurts.
Sucks. Yeah.
It really sucks. But the way to get your body back is you have to actually beat the boss in soul mode of your level, or you can join somebody's level and then help them beat the boss and you get your body back. Or you can have various items. There's various things like that.
And so there's that. There's the ghost element. There's also if you see blood stains, you can go up and touch the blood stain and you'll actually see this ghost of this person that died right where you're standing. It's like he'll walk over into a doorway and fall over. You're like, oh fuck, that doorway's gonna kill me. Like that is a dangerous doorway.
Sure, or right around the corner, you see him go. All of a sudden, you see him step back and then just flail around and then fall over. You're like, I wonder if there's a guy behind there.
Yes. And then the third aspect is that instead of a bloodstain, you can see words on the ground, and you walk up and click that, and that is a message that someone has left you.
Yeah, and it could be anything. It could be like, there's a trap up ahead.
Right.
There's treasure to your left. Turn left and walk there.
Or in my case, it could be that someone wrote the word cuteness on the floor.
Really?
People just, there's a bunch of bullshit, right? Like, people can either write something valuable, or they can just, like, flip through the menu and just be like, there is a dog on your neck.
Yes. But there can be, they can also fuck with you, too.
Yes.
Where there's the ones where, like I actually saw really good ones where, like, beginners should not go this way. When I saw the Red Knight. You know the Red Knight I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, okay, after I died a couple of times, I'm like, I'm going to listen to that message next time.
Beginners should not go that way. That's true.
But other times, they're like, you see this little ledge or this little hole in the ground, they're saying, like, there's treasure up ahead. And I'm like, huh. You walk through, you die. You're like, you fucker.
You dick.
But the cool aspect of it, all these messages, you can rate them.
Yes.
So you can go up to it and rate it, and basically you're saying, like, I like this message, it's really good. Yeah. Every time your message, that person's message gets rated, they get health.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
It's super cool. So it's just like, it actually encourages you to go around the world and give feedback. Like you say, there's a trap through this door, and then when a bunch of people find that you're telling the truth, there is a trap through that door, they rate you up, and you're just going through and you're getting health all the time when you're playing.
Exactly. So I made sure to do an extra special job of that. I was laying all these messages on. I see other people's messages, I rate them if they help me, and all this stuff. So it's weird because, it is really brutal. This game is so hard, but there's so many little hints along the way, there's so many little various things along the way that help you, which almost, to me, takes away from the frustration.
Yeah.
So
does not do it for me. Like I will, I agree with you on all of these things. Like the innovation that they've done in this game is seriously some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. And if they had made dying less retardedly punishing, I would like it more. So
how do they? So let's explain dying real quick too. The one thing about this game that makes dying painful is when you are fighting, you're basically getting experience points in the forms of souls.
Right.
That's both experience and gold. So if you're fighting, and every time you die, you lose all your souls, and they're sitting there. For you to go pick up again.
Right.
But if you die on the way to get them,
they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
So this is this weird element of you're going through the level and you're like, okay, I'm getting further and further in.
Yeah.
Dude, I got like 5,000 souls. Yeah. That's like 5 levels worth of upgrading myself. Is like, do I turn around or do I keep going?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that to me is one of the key elements that makes this game so interesting to me.
Interesting is definitely. I mean, see, the thing is I don't mind that part. I mean, like that's just kind of resource management. To me, the thing that actually just makes this a game that I will not play anymore is the punishing element of, a lot of games have really gotten to the point where they want you to get good at one thing. Like if you fail at that one thing, they're like, okay, redo that one thing again. Like you need to practice, and then what you do is you work your way through the game and you learn your way through all the things that are hard.
And the player learns, not the character.
Yes, the player learns how to do these things. In this game, you'll be walking forward and you go into a room, and then like some guy throws a grenade or whatever, and it blows up this box next to you, and you die in one hit. And then you get 10 minutes of replaying that level to get back to where you were. Where it's like, I've already figured out that part. And the third time through there, I've totally figured out that part, and all I am is bored. All I am is bored. And I think that's stupid. Like, I think that's bad game design. I think that I should always be interested. And if I get to something that's really hard and I die, and I can jump back to the beginning of that room or whatever, and then it's just like, that's the thing that I need, that's interesting to me, is the part that was hard, not the part that I've already figured out.
But see, to me, it's one of those weird things where like every single time you go through is a learning experience. So like there's these big slimes that you do, right? So basically you're seeing the slime, you're like killing, it's like, wow, this guy's hard to kill.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you learn it takes fire to kill them. It's like, oh, great. Other than that, if you don't have fire, you can go around him and hit him in the back, and that's great. So at some point, like I'll explain about the second level, which you didn't get to, but
no.
But there's this dragon. It's just like, I seriously died 10 times.
Yeah.
But it took like the first time through to get really close to this knight. It took me an hour because I was so careful.
Right.
And this sort of feeling of tension of like, holy, like any time I can die and have to go through all of that bullshit again.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Something about it like grabs you?
You know what it reminds me of? Like when I was playing EverQuest, right? Like I'd be doing these, when you die, you leave a corpse and all your shit's on the corpse. If you can't get it, you lose all of your equipment and all of your gold, right?
Yeah, it's all gone for good.
And there are these epic nights where me and all my friends, would die at the bottom of a dungeon.
Yeah.
And we would spend 8 hours crawling our way with no fucking armor, no weapons, right?
Just to get your shit back.
And granted, it was frustrating. It was really painful. But I mean, these are these epic stories. These epic, like, you're like going, no, dude, no, and then he dies, and you're like, oh fuck, you just lost some more experience. You know what I mean? It's just like, you don't get that with games these days. Games these days, they not coddle, but they basically. They go to you. I mean, for all the gamings, all the casual gamers,
they
all
remove
people
the pain points.
They remove them all. And
Yeah.
it's just like, to me, I almost forgot how much I miss them.
Interesting.
You know, it brings me back to that day where like I am afraid, and it's not because it's a horror game.
Yeah.
I'm afraid because I'm going to lose so much. So I'm playing on the edge of my seat, and I'm like, oh fuck, a blue-eyed knight. Holy! Seriously, I would sit there. I'd be like, fuck, that guy killed me 2 hits last time, and I'm like,
I don't know if I want to fight him again.
Well, and like, do I prep? Seriously, I'm looking at my souls, and I'm seeing 5,000 souls, and I'm like, fuck. And you seriously, like, think about how many times have you felt that? I mean, maybe you don't enjoy that feeling, but when have you felt that in a game.
It's true.
Where you're like worried.
Yeah, no, that's actually very true because of what I've said, because of the innovations that I've said. For me now, gaming is much more of figuring something out as opposed to being terrified of the consequences.
I know. The thing is, there's a certain gamer that this game is not for, and like Tobin fits that mold. A lot of general people fit that mold, but I think for people that really enjoyed the hardcore aspects of raiding and MMOs. Remember, like back in the day of like autosaves weren't around all the time, and like being able to defeat the boss finally and getting that rush. Yeah. This game will give it to you like no other game can, and this game's like really on my list now. Just from the feel, I cannot get that kind of feeling in a game anymore, and this gives it to me.
When the end of the year comes around and we start reviewing like our end of the year list, I'm going to ask you what level you got to. Because that is what it is like. Because I understand that you like this game in theory. Yeah. I'm just very curious how long you actually stick with it, how punishing it is. Because it's fucking mean. Like I understand that
it is really mean.
Because you could respect it and not play very much more of it. Like that. Because that's what I'm kind of that's what I'm predicting.
Some of the bosses seriously definitely give me that feeling, because there's a point where you're going all the way through the level to get to the boss. Yeah. And then you have to basically figure out the pattern, like all the stuff you were talking about, where I just want to figure out the pattern and do that and start at the beginning of the boss.
Exactly.
Where like I did that 5 times on this fucking tower knight, and then I'm looking at him like, shit, I would kill all the archers around because I knew that was like part of it. Yep. And I'd go and start tacking his fucking ankle, boo boo boo, and like he would land on me. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't do that anymore. Yep. Over and over again, I'm like, I'm going to watch the YouTube video on bosses. I'm seriously.
Yes, like, you went and checked out the YouTube video,
Yeah. So to me, the experience of getting to the boss is really cool. I'm getting a little tired of the...
It's really cool the first or second time for me.
To me, it's first 10 times. That's about my limit. Like, the dragon killed me 8 times on that freaking second level.
Fuck that.
And, whatever. But what's cool is, like, again...
But it's cool that you... But like you said, if what's happening is that you're dying a lot on the boss, you can go and look at YouTube and see a video of somebody beating it, and then kind of get some hints so that it doesn't feel as frustrating.
And you can grind, too. You can go back to the previous level and just get souls, and then go back and grind. And the other cool one element I wanted to just touch on was how interesting they did the level design. Because you can get to a certain point in the level and then open up a shortcut so you can get back to it.
Yes, that's cool.
So
that's very cool.
A lot of the complaints that you have, I can understand, it being a real pain in the ass if you had to go through the entire thing to get to the end boss.
It's nice that they let you open up shortcuts.
So it helps, but maybe not enough for your style.
I'm not going to say this is a bad game. Like, there's a lot of games we review. I'm like, this is a bad game. Yeah. Brutal Legends is not a very good game.
No, it's not a good game.
But I will say that this is a very, very good game. It has some of those online innovations that we talked about. Is seriously some of the coolest shit I've seen this year. Like, just hands down, the feeling of an active, helpful online community that you are playing with everyone else on the planet. I was blown away. I'm very, very impressed with this
Everybody's
game.
got to copy that.
It's not for me. No. Like, I know that it's not for me because it's punishing in a way that I find just stupid. Like, I find that just infuriating, and I can't get over it.
I find that somewhat nostalgic and very invigorating. Yep. So, thumbs up. Demon Souls. All right.
Half Minute Hero.
This is on the PSP. So this is a very different game. This I think caters more towards the other audience. I think.
Yes.
The non-Demon Souls audience.
Yes, the non-Demon Souls audience.
What is it?
So Half Minute Hero. We talked a little bit about this before. What this is it's a PSP game, and what it does is it takes a bunch of kind of old school RPGs and it boils them down into you have to beat this shit in 30 seconds. Something that you would have played for 40 hours. Yeah. On the NES. It's just like, hey, guess what? There's this guy at the end of the level, and he's a bad guy, and you're over here. Go. And it's like 29, 28, 27. You're like, ah! And you're running, and if you fight people, there's no attack button. You just run through them. Like, that's it. You're just running, and your hit points go down, and it goes level up, level up, level up. And
it's
you go.
so fast.
Yes. And on the face of it, the first couple levels you play, you're just like, well, okay, I get it. This is hilarious. This is funny. Yeah. But you just kind of like blast through the level up a couple times, beat the dude.
Everything, and like that's the thing. When you were playing, dude, you got to try this game. You got to try this game. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try. I was playing the first 6 levels, and it's almost like Boy and His Blob. And I'm like, what in the world do you see in this game? Because it was interesting and it was kind of cool, but you were seriously doing the exact same thing every single time. Basically, by the way, some evil guy has gone to this guy, gave him the spell of destruction. Go defeat him.
That's it.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They start changing stuff around, dude, a little bit, which I start seeing the genius.
So something about this game just grabbed me, like because it makes me feel like a kid where I was back in the day, like playing like Dragon Quest, whatever. But I love how quick it is, where it's just like I can go and the thing is I will lose. I'll actually because what I'll do is I'll go and I'll explore the whole level and I'll figure out where shit is and I'll try this path and I'll try this path and the 30 seconds run down and it's like, you failed, fuck you.
Yeah,
and I
like
start
20
over
seconds
again.
has passed.
20 seconds, right? And then you just go the next time, you're like, okay, Swit, I'm gonna go and grind around this town and then I'm gonna reset the time back to 30 seconds, which you can do. So you can, if you kill dudes, you get money. With the money, you can reset the timer to 30 seconds again.
Yes, but every single time you do that, it goes from 100 gold to 200 gold to 300, so you can't keep doing it.
You're going to do about 3 times max.
Yeah, and not only that, but you also want to finish the level within a certain time because you get graded on each level by how much time you finish it. Yeah. So there's this weird thing where you can actually make all the bosses really easy because you can just basically grind forever. And then what's cool is right when you are greater, more powerful than the boss, it actually tells you, it brings a big pop-up.
You're stronger than the boss. Go! Yeah. So if it was just that, then, like you said, it would get kind of boring. But what's interesting is they start cranking it up where it's like you have to make your way through the desert and you have to find the right path through the desert. And then you'll meet people in the desert and they'll say, hey, for 400 gold, you can hire me to come with you. And you have to decide whether to take people with you. And then you start getting these weird story elements where the evil lord has this the love of his life that's been turned into a bat, and it starts to kind of like you actually start hearing about this story in there, and it's done in an interesting way, but also a very funny way. Yeah,
because it kind of almost goes to the old conventions of the old games. They're like, okay, we're getting a little sick of doing all these these bad guys, but we can't really think of anything, so we're gonna give you another one, whatever. It's very tongue in cheek, which I like.
It is. It's very self-referential. Like it's aware of all the games that you played growing up, and it just kind of pokes fun at them. That's just one.
And there's 6 modes, I think, right? 6 modes. So there's Princess 30. Well, Hero 30 is the one we talked about, which we liked a lot. Yeah. There's a Evil Lord 30, Princess, Knight.
And then there's
2 other ones. I'm not sure what the other ones are.
I don't know what the other ones are.
But yeah, there's different modes. We tried the other modes. I didn't like them at all, actually.
I didn't either.
Like, they actually kind of really suck.
Yeah, they did actually blow ass.
One's an RTS.
Yeah, so one's an RTS. So Evil Lord is an RTS. And what happens is, it's like rock, paper, scissors. You're going around, and there's a strong guy, an archer, and a magic user, I guess. I forget what it was. Fast guy. And then you're basically just spamming your guys to beat enemies. So you're just like, okay, those guys are strong, so let me spam some strong guys, and they go and fight each other. It sucks.
It's not very good. And then the other one is the Princess 30, where all it is almost like a shmup.
Yeah, it is
where you're going around shooting a bunch of arrows, and you're trying to get... It's not very good.
So in 30 seconds, you have to go somewhere, and you're basically firing ahead, up, down, or back. It's shmuppy. And then the last one is kind of interesting with the Knight, where... there's this wizard that's trying to cast a spell, and it takes 30 seconds. So you have to defend him for 30 seconds. So you can defend him, and if too many enemies come, you can pick him up and run to a different part of the level and defend him again. So
it's better than the other ones.
That's the second best one. The other 2 are kind of weak. So I mean, honestly, I would say just play this game for the Hero 30.
Yeah.
Like that. So what did you think about it?
Well, so I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, but to me, it's just like it's not going to be a buy because there's 6 game modes. Only one really to me is any good for the most part, and like I'm playing through it, and I'm like, I already did a save, and I'm like at like 40% or something like that. I'm like, I haven't been playing this game that long, but there's ad hoc mode. Right, so you can play with other people and all. So if you have a lot of friends, which my understanding in the U.S., not very many PSP owners have friends who have PSPs.
Doesn't seem like it.
So
you have to go to another town to find somebody that owns a PSP.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's unfortunate. So I say it's a thumbs up rental. Definitely check it out. I think they did a lot of interesting stuff with it. So it's one you should just play as a gamer for more like to see what kind of cool stuff they did.
It's true. I mean, I would say that it makes sense to say it's a thumbs up rental, but I bought it, and I would say that one thing that I would say is a major benefit of it is that it's got 30 either 30 or 40 levels for Hero 30, and the cool thing about it is that they each take, say, 5 minutes to play. Yeah. So it's like if you're in a car, on a train, in a line, taking a shit, doing whatever, I mean, like, it's kind of a nice thing to have in your PSP because you're just like, beat it.
Yep.
So I mean, I really like it.
So you like the pick up and play?
I love the pick up and play aspect of it.
To me, I kind of wish they had it on iPhone because I never have my PSP on all the time. If they had that style of game, or if somebody just ported that style of game, dude, like $2.99, no problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If they had that on the iPhone, I would be geeked. So I mean, right now this is just a shitter game.
Pretty much.
This game's a straight up shitter game.
You can maybe do 2 levels, maybe 3.
Road trip game, airplane game, shitter game.
So what are the levels? What's the actual timing? Like,
I don't even know.
Is this like more than half an hour, 5 minutes? Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so it's a good game. Buy up thumbs up rental. Buy for you.
Yeah, I'd say buy. I'd say buy if that sounds interesting to you. But I mean, like, you can't go wrong renting it. And then last up is Beaterator.
Yeah, Beaterator. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's not really a game.
Wasn't that your nickname in college? The Beaterator.
Yeah, because I beat everybody at video games.
Oh, okay. But you beat up your dick like it owed you money.
Well, that too. But it was CMU. I mean, come on, fuck. Was it 10-1?
We went to college. We went to college at the dawn of internet pornography.
Oh, yeah.
It was like walking into the wild west of porn. It was like raining porn.
Pretty
everywhere.
much. You guys have it easy.
Yeah, you don't understand. We had to fight for our porn back in the day. I had to slay dragons for my porn.
Yeah, I know. The porn dragons were so fucking hard. It was ridiculous.
My God, that's nasty. So, Beaterator.
Now that we've tainted everybody's mind. No, so Beaterator is a game from Rockstar. Mm-hmm. So they've done a bunch of other stuff.
Rockstar and Timbaland.
Yep, that's right. So they went and collaborated on a game. Sorry, they collaborated on a game that's not really a game. It's on the PSP, but it's a. So the best way I can describe it is it's GarageBand on the PSP.
Yeah, because it's a portable studio.
Yeah,
it is straight up and they actually built it into separate areas where it's like you can assemble soundtracks,
loops.
You can assemble the loops, and then you over here you can construct the loops, and you can even record your own voice,
which I thought was kind of interesting.
Badass.
Yeah, because you can basically record samples. You can actually sing over the things that you do. And I was watching some of the finished results that people made with this thing. People have YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff. It's impressive.
If you have music talent, it is impressive.
But that's the thing. I think if you don't have music talent, you can make something that sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like impress your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
So you throw down beats, throw down some loops. I mean, it's fun to dick around with if you enjoy making music like that.
Yeah, and the fact that they were able to do that all in the PSP interface was super impressive. So as far as it's not a game. So I'm not going to be playing this, and I don't like creating stuff, but I am super impressed with the ability to take something like GarageBand with all these loops and seriously make real music.
Yeah.
Because you remember that other game? Oh, what was it?
On the DS.
The Band in a Box.
Yeah.
It was that band one.
Damn, I forget what it's called. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
It sucked.
It was terrible.
You could not make music on that. I mean, right? You had 4 different instruments and maybe some stuff and whatever. This one, you can seriously make... I'm not saying you're going to make Timbaland's new song.
Yeah, but I mean, people sell shit. People sell shit with chiptunes music, right? I mean, you could make, halfway decent. You can make shit better than a lot of stuff that you're seeing on American Idol. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Tell me about it. And you know what I want, dude? You know what would be awesome?
Yeah.
If somebody would use Beaterator and do a new intro or something for NooBTooB.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Awesome.
That'd be cool.
Or recreate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Make us some NooBTooB music. If you're really musically creative, make us some NooBTooB theme stuff on your Beaterator and send that in. That'd be awesome.
Dude, yeah. So that's a mission for you guys. I think it's good if you like this sort of thing and if you use it, but if you're a gamer, this is a toy. It's not anything else. But it's cool.
I'm not going to review it.
Yeah.
I'm not reviewing it. It's not a game.
Yeah.
But if you like dropping fat beats,
you want to be the next what is it? God, I don't even know any of those guys.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
So so that's the games we've been playing. This next week is looking kind of interesting. So we have Borderlands.
So I've already put a little bit of time into this game.
Have you?
And dude,
I was going to try and rent it as soon as it came out, maybe today.
Yeah, I think actually by Friday it should be out and all that other things. So we'll have the full review, but pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Really good.
So what's the game like?
So the idea behind the game is the best way I can describe it is Diablo and Quake kind of put together.
Interesting.
So it's a first-person shooter RPG.
Okay.
So, you're going around shooting people just like you do at FPS, but you're just seeing little numbers pop up. So it's almost like WoW in that case. You have massive loot, right? So you have all these different... It's gun-based, so it's like post-apocalyptic, kind of like Fallout-y almost.
Yeah.
And then you're basically, getting all these different guns. You got purple guns for rare guns, green.
Yeah.
And then, best thing ever is even though the single player so far I'm really liking, the co-op, you can play up 4 players.
Oh, shit! 4-player co-op?
Yeah. And the game scales. You're doing... the thing is, don't get me wrong. It is very WoW, dude. You get missions go kill 5 rats.
No, that's cool though. And do we know if we can do drop in and out co-op?
I think so. I haven't.
All right, so we'll give
this
a full
weekend.
review next week. So my wife is actually out climbing in Yosemite this weekend. So this weekend is called me in a bathrobe with my dick hanging out, eating pizza, playing Borderlands.
Yeah. Anything else? Well, I guess a couple other games that we have.
But so what's up next? So
PSP Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. We already reviewed it.
We already reviewed Chinatown Wars. It's okay, and then it gets not okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Is I think, the best summary.
It gets okay, but it doesn't stay okay. I think
there's a lot of drug sales stuff that just gets tedious.
I'm curious what they do, how they replace all the mini games that they have, because you have a lot of stylus-based stuff, but, I'm sure it'll look really good.
Yeah. Next up, I don't know why you put this on here.
Because I wanted 5 games, and
You shithead. Couldn't you find something else?
WWE Smackdown versus Raw 2010. Not going to play.
I don't give a shit. Okay, so next up is LostWinds. LostWinds, Winter of Melodias.
When's the last time you watched a professional wrestling?
Oh, I loved it as a kid.
I know, but seriously, I think I was 14 when I seriously was excited about WWF at the time.
Yeah.
Back in the day for all you youngins.
13, so that was 7 years ago.
It was only like 5 for me, man. What are you talking about?
But yeah, if we started talking about the wrestlers when we were kids, people wouldn't even remember. Actually, the only thing that weirds me out is I'll go to 7-Eleven now, and they'll have signs with like WWE on the wall. The fucking Undertaker is still around.
Are you kidding me?
The Undertaker, that was like...
Dude, like near the tail end of when we stopped watching.
The Undertaker, seriously, that was like 15 years ago.
Dude, isn't he like 50?
He should be old. I mean, I know he's undead.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, fucking Undertaker, dude, retire, shit.
Well, Hulk Hogan's not doing it anymore, I would hope.
I don't think so.
I mean, that guy is like 80 at this
He's
point.
super old, and he's like steroid. His nuts are the size of raisins.
Well, you know what's really sad is all the WWF people that were like all the big news now is they're all dying.
I thought you were going to say they're all governors.
Well, that's one or the other. You got to pick one or the other.
They're
so yeah,
dying?
Well, like Captain Lou Albano.
Oh, that's true.
So
that's true.
Yeah, most of you kids don't even know.
Undertaker won't ever die. So next up is LostWinds, Winter of Melodias. So we liked the first LostWinds. It was fun.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't think it was up there with Nyx. I mean, Nyx was definitely a lot better.
Nyx Quest is the shit.
But yeah, this one was great.
It was fun. It was very fun. It was all about kind of controlling the wind, getting from one end of the level to the other.
Yeah, I hope they kind of amped it up a bit. It's on my queue to play this.
So I never beat it. I beat Nyx Quest. I never beat LostWinds. That kind of tells you about the relative quality of the game.
I think LostWinds was longer too, isn't it?
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah, but anyhow,
I wouldn't know. I didn't beat it. But it was pretty good. And then the last one up on PSP.
Oh, PS3. Sorry.
PS3 is Trine.
Yeah. So we were excited about this. We played the demo. We didn't actually get the PC version.
No.
And we were hoping that they would do multiplayer on the PS3 version.
And they did not. So Trine. It's a very good game. It's fun.
Single player, I think it's limited.
It's limited, and we were really, really hoping that we would get online co-op, which would have kind of brought this game alive for us.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
It was funny, too, because like the developers saw our thing, and they're saying, like, yeah, here's why we couldn't do it. And they had really good reasons why they can't.
They did.
So
my heart goes out to them. They tried really hard on this, and they actually decided very early on not to put in multiplayer, and they didn't try and patch it in later shittily.
Yeah. So.
But the game needed it. So
yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
The next game, hopefully, if they build on top of that, that'd be good.
So that's the new releases, and then next week after that is Ratchet. I have a large erection. Yes. So that's that.
Alrighty. So we have our donation. Thanks very much.
Yes.
Nail Bunny and Chris.
Yes. Thank you guys very, very, very much. We got donations from you guys this week. Nail Bunny. I really hope that that's a reference to Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, because there was a bunny that he would nail to the wall that like came back to life and would talk to him. And if you guys haven't read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, that is a fantastic comic.
I'll have to check it out.
You probably shouldn't read it if you're under 18, so I don't know why I said that. But
well, I was actually looking at our YouTube demographics. I've slightly shifted. Now it's males, obviously. Males 18 through 24, males 13 through 17. So actually, 18 to 24 is actually higher.
They're getting bigger. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're just getting older.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 3 years. I guess all the 13-year-olds are 16 now.
I guess so. Yeah.
But I think also maybe it could be that parents are getting better at catching their kids.
Maybe
saying nail bunny.
Basically. Yes. Fuck. So thank you very much.
Come fuck. So
all those words are very bad, and don't repeat them in front of your parents.
Don't ever say those in front of your parents, kids. Say them to your friends behind the dumpster.
If you say gunt, they might not know what you're talking about.
That's true. Use enough slang, your parents will be completely clueless. That's why gunt is good.
Yeah, Cleveland steamer.
Yep. Felching.
Yes. What is that they don't even know? They will never know about.
Ask your girlfriend to snowball you. So
seriously. That's old school. Old school. All right. So each week, we have a Shoop number 75. Thank you, WikiMaster, for putting this together. The winner is
Kanye isn't a NooBToober.
Yeah, I like.
I don't think that's true. I thought Kanye was a NooBToober.
I think
Yeah.
Doesn't like to admit it.
Does not. By Bobby Kiss. Bobicus.
Thank you very much.
So thank you guys for doing that. Every week, Wookie Monster puts together screenshots from the show, at which point he invites you to come in and make fools of Yuzo and myself.
Pretty much. This week is already looking pretty foolish.
Yes. So thank you guys for coming to the forums and doing Photoshops. Time for call-ins.
Yes. Each week, I'd like to feature NooBTooB Army on the show. If you have an interesting question, funny story, or something interesting, give us a call.
Yep, you can contact us toll-free at 888-233-8480 or send your files to feedback@noobtoob.com. Please don't email us at feedback@noobtoob.com and ask us where to send files, because you need to send your files to feedback@noobtoob.com. Also, be sure to post them as video responses on our YouTube episode.
Yeah, and make sure the videos are under 1 minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And don't, for the love of God, forget the yow.
Yes.
So, first up, Lucien has a response to my complaint about what was missing from Rock Band.
I think you'd be very happy.
Hey, it's Lucien. I just thought I should let you know that along with the rest of Abbey Road, Maxwell's Silver Hammer is now available for download on Xbox Live and PSN, all those other things. So, yeah, you should be happy. Also, my dad gave you shit for liking that song. I just thought that was funny. Okay, yow!
Whoa, Lucien's dad.
Got a message for Lucien's dad.
What's that?
Fuck you! Don't show that to your dad, Lucien. He can probably beat me up.
Probably.
Maxwell's Silver Hammer does not like that song. It's about this dude that goes crazy and kills women with a silver hammer.
It's Abbey Road's a great album. I'm really glad that
Abbey Road is phenomenal.
Although I'm waiting for White. The White album.
White's album is very good.
Yeah, you're not going to save that for.
And you're a racist, so that's fine.
Well, you know how I roll.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
Japanese are yellow Aryans.
The multiracial album, but if
the
you're
Gray
going to
album, is that what you're waiting for?
I'm waiting for the Gray album. So we sent out an invitation for you guys to tell us about what gaming is like on other parts of the globe.
You guys delivered.
Yes.
And the thing is, we are concentrating a little bit on the sixth continent.
Yes, that's
slightly.
Right. So the two voicemails this week are from the Australia-New Zealand area. So if you guys have gaming experiences from Africa, from
South America, would be
South
really
America
good.
would be cool. Eastern Europe,
yeah.
Any of these areas, like if
Mongolia.
Honestly, yeah, Mongolia would be great. But if it sounds different than what we've described in our experiences, please send in a video or an audio response, because we love to hear about what gaming is like in other parts of the world.
Probably wouldn't be interesting. It's Canada. I'm guessing it's
Not
very
so much.
similar to what we
Because
have.
it's just like us, except they say a boot.
A boot, yes.
So here is DeLuca.
Hi NooBTooB, it's DeLuca from the forums here. Well, basically, overpriced games here have gotten pretty bad. A couple years back they were, $100? That was about, 60 US? 2 years ago, they rise to about 120. That was a little bit on the high side. Yeah, whatever. 6 months ago with games like Prototype, Street Fighter 4, those hit 140. Now, the standard Modern Warfare 2 out here in New Zealand is $150. $110 US dollars. You want to know the worst part of it? I finally pre-ordered, I put down all the money, and 2 days later they make it R18 here in New Zealand, and I'm only 17. That is just a fucking ass. Yeah.
Oh, that's
like I was watching Max Headroom. It's like, Max Headroom. So that blows.
Yeah, hopefully your mom can pick it up for you or something.
Hopefully your mom's cool.
Dude, he's 17, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
But that's kind of the story that we hear over and over again, is that side of the world is stupidly aggressive about game ages.
I know, and it's mostly like Australia, right? Or actually, Australia and maybe Germany. I think those are the two I've been hearing a lot of complaints about.
We actually, our next voicemail addresses the kind of age situation in Australia, but this guy really talked about price.
150. So wait, so 110
US dollars
for Modern Warfare for the standard collection.
That's fucked up.
That is ridiculous. That's almost
two
twice.
Games. Yeah,
it's 2 games. So, dude, what would you?
Why? That's what I don't understand. Is why it's like you print it on plastic, you ship it. They speak English. Like, why are they being dicks to New Zealand?
Well, I think probably Australia is probably something similar. I mean,
do you think it's VAT? You think it's tax?
Well, I think there's probably a tax component, but if you think about it, like shipping across the ocean, some. I know, it's not going to count for
$60 to ship something that weighs an ounce across the ocean.
I think it might be. Maybe it's taxes. Maybe they have a sin tax on entertainment.
It could be,
right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
So like, there's no real obvious explanation. But the thing is, like we tell everybody for all this sorts of things, just like if you can try to buy a U.S.
Yes.
360.
Yeah.
Like when they fly over, find some friend to send you one. eBay it.
Buy shit on eBay. People will mail shit international on eBay. Yeah, just go on eBay, buy yourself a US
An arcade?
a US version of the Xbox 360 arcade for $199, or the PS3 for $250, $249 now.
Yeah.
And just buy your shit on eBay, man. Like
or
even with
Goosex, or
internet,
any of these.
anything.
Anything.
Or what was that site that we advertised for a while? Game Trade.
PlaySwitch.
PlaySwitch. Go to PlaySwitch.com.
Well, actually, no, they're not. They're international. That was the problem. But the thing is, like, regardless,
Find somebody international.
Yeah. Oh, and buy games used. There's a bunch of ways you can get around it. Like games, when they're that expensive, they will drop like a freaking rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very soon after, you just can't play games right away.
And hopefully somebody like GameFly will start going international and start supporting these kids. I mean, the market's there, right? I mean, these kids can't afford a $110 game. Buy that shit in the U.S. and rent it to people. I know.
That's very true.
Yeah. So
sorry.
So now we've got another voicemail from Australia with similar woes.
Hello, NooBTooB. My name is Kieran. I am from Australia, and I thought I would give you the culture of gaming in Australia that our government won't take seriously because they refuse to give us an 18 adults-only rating. So the highest we have is 15 plus, which means a lot of games either get banned or they get cut. Take, for example, Fallout 3 and Left 4 Dead 2 got banned, but they've recently cut it down so we can play it. Also, the recommended retail price for one 360 or PlayStation game is about 120 Australian dollars. At the moment, this works out to about 100 American dollars, so imagine you having to pay $100 for one game. It gets a bit ridiculous, especially around Christmas and that, especially next year with all these good games coming out. It's going to cost like over $500 just for a few games. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing right now. If we lived in Australia, we couldn't do NooBTooB.
You're right.
We couldn't
unless it was
afford,
a rental.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with the number of games that we buy at launch, like, it's already expensive. We couldn't afford to do this fucking show if it was $100 a game.
I mean, seriously, I think in the past month I bought 5 games. That'd be $500.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's ridiculous. So I mean, I feel sad for the blooming podcasters down under.
And also with the age thing, like, there's all this bullshit where they won't give them games that are 18 plus.
Yeah.
Where it's like any game where people can curse online, like they've got all these battles going back and forth about MMOs where they're saying that there's indecent content, Second Life.
Well, they were saying that WoW was banned in Australia because they couldn't actually rate it, but they're obviously.
But they just weren't enforcing it. But, I mean, it's bullshit. Like, they're gonna have to get their head out of their ass and fix the politics of gaming in Australia.
I think these sorts of problems are what they call God damn it, what's the name of it? Basically, like you just basically wait till people die off.
Yeah.
Old people die off. All of you gamers become old enough, and just
that's
like
a slow evolution, though.
Dude,
that sucks.
But we've had to do it for like rock music.
Yeah.
I mean, we've run into the same things like D&D. Nobody complains about like seriously, like that's what people were complaining
when we were
about.
growing up. Yeah, they were saying D&D would make you into a devil worshiper.
Yeah,
all this
metal,
shit, like metal. Like
actually
all the
rap.
Yeah,
for a little while.
There's kids in their rap.
So it's eventually somebody will find something else. Maybe it'll be like. I don't know. Like something in the next future will be the new thing, and then people won't care about games at some point. So
maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then, so last up is Top Hat 666 had a comment for us about Hedge.
Hey guys, it's Top Hat 666, and I just got done with episode 161, and I was watching the end with Hedge 45's videos, and I was just thinking also like how great those songs are. But then I was also thinking about the whole Rock Band network that's coming out. It's being in beta sometime at the end of this year and probably will be out next year. And the whole thing is that people who buy the whole Microsoft, create your own game things on Xbox Live have the ability to go into this and make their own songs for Rock Band. So do you think Hedge 45 should put NooBTooB songs for the Rock Band network? Wouldn't that be awesome to get NooBTooB out to like Rock Band? Think of that. I'll see you guys some other time. PAX rules. Yow.
Thank you very much, Top Hat.
I love that idea. I love it.
I know. I just don't know how the logistics will be. I mean, like, can they make it free? Like,
I don't know.
If it's going to be, because he was talking about XNA Studio, which is that thing. Like, I'm just curious how that'll all work out. That'd be really cool.
I would assume that you'd have the ability to put out free music.
Yeah, because if they make it charged, I'm assuming Rock Band has to take a cut at some point.
Because I mean, there's going to be a lot of kids that are just going to be like making a song called like "Jimmy is Gay" about some kid that they know, and like they don't want to have their friends to have to buy it. Like I'm sure there's going to be the ability to share music. So presumably, hopefully, And Hedge loves music, man. You've seen
Yeah.
his house. He's got a studio. He's got all this other stuff. Like, if Hedge 45 would go out and actually record this shit into Rock Band so that everybody could actually play it at home,
That would be pretty hilarious, actually.
I would have a heart attack how cool that is. That is badass.
So let's count it. Hopefully you guys can make it happen.
Yeah.
We will do our best to help out.
Sure, absolutely. So I think that's our show for the week.
Okay.
So please check out our website at NooBTooB.com if you're not already there, and participate in our forums by clicking the community tab at the top of the front page.
Yes, and if you're watching the video on YouTube, be sure to click on the subscription tab right down over there-ish.
Yes.
And also click on the 5 stars by rubbing Tobin's junk.
Right thiacle.
Thiacle. More or less.
So,
All right, that's this episode. I'm Yuzu Watanabe.
and I am Tobin Kozai. Our audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Ranged Nomi Hodai Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week. Route!
You fought the dragon yet?
No.
Did you check it out? Go attack him.
There we go. Oh, what? Fuck! I just died in one hit. That kind of sucks.